All right, Mice, big news of the day is obviously involves the New England Patriots addressing their biggest area of need. We're talking offensive coordinator, play caller. The Patriots locked it down, brought in their new guy to helm up that part of the coaching staff. And I know you have the specifics and some thoughts on that. Before I hand it over to you, Patriots fans, we want to hear from you guys in the comments section below. Now that your coaching staff is coming together and some of the weakness in that arena have been solved, let us know in the comment section what other moves you want Belichick and this whole New England brain trust to make this offseason. What key positions, what key areas do you think they really need to upgrade? Let us know in the comments. And while you're down there, make sure you hit subscribe button. That way, all of our Patriots content that we publish, and we publish a good bit of it, gets sent to you right when it's published on YouTube. All right, Miles, but give me your latest out of Foxborough.
Yeah, Nick, the Patriots offensive coordinator search is in the books. They have rejoined with Bill O'Brien, former Patriots guy, former Texans guy, now most recently former Alabama offensive coordinator. So coming over into New England, officially been giving that offensive coordinator title. No more of that three guys with mystery titles. Who knows who's actually the offensive coordinator? They've come out, addressed the problem. O'Brien is the guy, and he is back in the building, Nick. I think this is big for New England. I think it's bring a lot of stability back to the team. And I like the O'Brien hire because he's been in the past a very good coach. He hasn't necessarily been a great GM, but he was a very, very good coach. And I think he brings a lot to the table. And former New England Patriot, Devin McCourty, kind of talks about O'Brien a little bit here. And he says the two things O'Brien brings to the table are that he's passionate and super competitive as a coach. And it's something as a young player coming into the building that you love to see. You like a guy that comes in, he might talk a little trash to you in practice, get everyone fired up, get everyone going. And that is what you can expect out of a guy like Bill O'Brien. So, Nick, I think out of the gate, great hire, great pickup for New England to start the offseason. What do you think about the O'Brien hire?
I think it's a solid hire, especially when you look at players' reactions. You brought up McCourty's, but how about Mac Jones? This is according to Mass Live that the Patriots quarterback was, quote, very excited about O'Brien coming to New England. The Jones is obviously from Alabama. O'Brien coached a lot of Alabama. They're very familiar with that culture, that environment, that Saban culture, which is very similar to what the Patriot way that Belichick has. So Mac Jones and them can relate. They're very good with O'Brien. But when I look at going forward, what Bill O'Brien is going to bring, I think it's credibility. Because like you said, this is a guy who's had success as an offensive coordinator. Obviously, he was an offensive coordinator with the Patriots during the Super Bowl run with Tom Brady. He then went on to become the head coach after doing a decent job in Penn State, helping rebuild the program after the scandal, becoming the head coach of the Houston Texans. And people think of the Houston Texans the last couple of years as a total dumpster fire. They've been terrible. But for a while there, they were one of the more consistently solid teams in the NFL. They won 4 division titles, Mize, in 5 years from 2015 through 2019 under Bill O'Brien, right? You think of the Houston Texans organization that was basically terrible for 15 years, really good for 5 years under O'Brien, and now terrible the last 2. That's basically kind of some bona fides for O'Brien being a quality head coach. Obviously worked with Watson, brought the best out of Deshaun Watson in Houston. And I think that's exactly what the Patriots are going for, getting O'Brien into the fold here to bring out the best in Mac Jones.
Yeah, no, and I think that's huge because I'd say Mac Jones, deservedly, has to be said, he took a bit of a step back this season from last season. You know, there's times where Bailey Zappi came in. He is not the guy. I think Mac Jones is more of the guy than Zappi is. I think that proved itself throughout the season. But there were times where Zappi had more exciting play. People were thinking, okay, do we replace Mac Jones? Is Zappi the guy? Do we need to bring somebody else into the building? But the year before that, Nick, everyone thought, okay, Mac Jones, solid young player. He is the guy. So I think they need to bring in a guy like O'Brien who has that fire, who you said has worked with quarterbacks throughout the past, has been successful as an offensive coordinator. Reinstill that confidence in Mac Jones. As McCourty said, maybe talk some trash to Mac Jones, get him fired up at practice, get that competitive edge back into him. Because I feel like this past season, Mac Jones just kind of felt a little bit off. He might not have been as sure of himself. Maybe the play calling had something to do with that. I don't think it was really up to par. There's a lot of complaints as far as how the play calling went. A lot of that came on Matt Patricia. Who knows if that was the case or not. But with O'Brien in the building, Nick, I think he hit the nail on the head. He was really good in Houston. He had a lot of spark there, and I think he's going to bring a spark back to this New England offense.
Yeah, and one thing that's very interesting when you go back through Tom Brady's career, obviously he's very successful, but everyone looks at Brady with Josh McDaniels. Brady won unanimous MVP and I think 2010, 2011, one of those 2 years, I forget exactly which one, when Bill O'Brien was his quarterback's coach. Two of his best 4 seasons in passer rating were with O'Brien as quarterbacks coach and offensive coordinator. So O'Brien has an ability to bring out great quarterbacks. He has an ability to improve on their game. We saw Matt Patricia and Joe Judge, whoever was calling the shots there, bring down Mac Jones last season. O'Brien has the ability to bring him up, and that's exactly what the Patriots need, because the Patriots have talent. They have some guys on tight end. I really like Henry. I like Tyquan Thornton. I think Jacoby Myers does a lot of good things. They can run the ball well. They've got some guys. They just need Mac Jones to take that next step, and O'Brien is the guy to do it.